All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I'm back to my own podcast tonight. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back to my own podcast. I'm joined by our co-host, Mr. Big Money Dodge, and our host, Nathan Knott. And our guest, of course, is Mr. Mike Caldwell. So before I turn it over to Nathan, Mike, why don't you tell us about your promotion and a little bit about yourself?
Well, the promotion is BCW Pro Wrestling. It's been around a long time, late 90s. Founded by a man named Terry Pantera, and we've grown. We started in Oklahoma, kept growing, and now I've kind of franchised out here in Texas, and got to keep doing the thing.
Sounds really good.
Sounds great. All right, Mr. Talking, walking encyclopedia who couldn't even keep his host on the podcast yesterday. Take it away, sir.
You make one mistake and you're branded for life.
You're welcome.
So, it must be really nice to run a promotion in Texas since that's, kind of a hotbed of like professional wrestling.
It definitely is. Heck, just in the area that we have 4 promotions within a 50-mile radius of where I am.
Wow.
Which is an advantage considering there's a lot of talent, a lot of wrestling schools. You can get new talent fairly easy. And if you get along with the other promoters and do what you're supposed to do, we all can help each other out and kind of help promote and do what we need to do.
Now, I'm looking at your flyer, sir, and the no holds barred with MMA fighter Mighty Mateo Gonzalez. Woo! With
Yes, sir.
Damian Blood versus Alton Black. Oh,
Right.
Wow. Tell me about that one. How'd that come up?
Well, Damian Blood and Alton Black have had a lot of history. They've things originated in Lubbock, Texas, with those two, where both of them had a faction, and they both had all kinds of matches, including a cage match between the factions. And I brought in Alton and to be a part of a tag team tournament, and Damian ended up following. We started out with one match, and the both of them couldn't keep their hands off the referee, so the referee threw the match out. So here we are, the second time these two have gone one-on-one, and we're going to go no rules since they don't want to follow them anyway. And since they want to put hands on a referee, let me get a referee that's going to put hands back.
Smart man.
Mateo, though. Oh man. Whew.
Mateo, the last fight Mateo had lasted 43 seconds. He got the guy and choked him out.
Yeah, I don't want to get in the middle of that. Whew. So, go ahead, Nate. Or
Go ahead, Tony.
Oh, it's about time you let me ask a question on my own show.
oh,
There's a story.
wait.
There's a story behind this. I'm so sorry. I'm in rare form tonight. I apologize. Anyways, can you tell us about your BCW championship match?
Well, the Texas Championship's going to be on the line. Wildcard has had the belt for, little over a year and a half now, and he's been on a roll. He's taken on all competitors, and I made some phone calls, got a hold of Sledge, and now this is Wildcard's biggest task thus far in BCW.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Sledge.
I can see that.
Gosh, I wish I was there. Whew.
Well, there's always a plane ticket.
Yes, there is. And then you got. Oh, go ahead, Nate. Your turn.
So, what for the viewers out there that are listening? What sets BCW apart from every other promotion?
That is a really good question. And
Very
the simple answer is I'm taking everything back to roots. I'm giving referees the authority to actually go in there and make these competitors follow the rules. The tag team division that I have is called an old school tag team division because of the fact that there are legal tags. The only way you can legally tag somebody is hand to hand, and they have to have the tag rope in hand.
Very
But-
nice.
Going back to the roots on that deal. Yes, referees.
Do they know?
Hey,
Do they even know how to count to 3? I'm sorry. I love heels. Yeah.
I assure you, the referees that I employ, they know how to count to 3.
Hopefully for the faces, right?
For anybody that gets it done.
Already Dead versus the Resistance.
Right.
So how long has the Resistance been tag team champions?
They were crowned tag team champions. They're the inaugural old school tag team champions. They were crowned last show in May, and they seem to have their things together. They've been a tag team going around everywhere from basically all throughout the South and taking titles, and now they've come here to BCW and they've done the same thing.
There you go. Go ahead, Tony Khan.
Well, let's see here. Let's talk about the Phoenix Open Challenge. How'd that come about?
Ooh.
Okay, Phoenix happened to be one half of the opposition for the old school tag team championships at the at the finals of this tournament. His partner actually turned on him mid-match, and that's one of the reasons why the Resistance have the championships right now. Phoenix is a little upset about it. We couldn't get Darian to answer the phone, and apparently he has another booking somewhere else. So Phoenix said, okay, I want to fight, and I'll do whatever I can to make that happen. And he happens to be the Lone Star champion for South Plains Championship Wrestling, and management has allowed him to put that title on the line. So he's giving an open challenge, and somebody may end up walking away with this championship.
I think I need to call one of my members and bring him out there. This Island Rage debut. I'm seeing Brian Rage Rivera versus Baby Samoa. He does look like Samoa Joe, I'm just saying. Tell me about how this came upon.
Well, these two have actually Brian Rage Rivera actually had a hand in training Baby Samoa.
Oh,
So the two of them have known each other for quite some time, and they're getting things together, and they want to have a run in the tag team division.
that would be awesome. They look like big money talent, by the way, just saying. Go ahead, Nate.
So, I noticed that you had like, I don't have the flyer in front of me. I apologize for that. Like my other two co-hosts do, but you had like a talk show segment.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, this one kind of went over my head. Logan Knight is has done some work with BCW in Oklahoma, and he's kind of a loose cannon. He kind of tries to do whatever he wants. He sticks his nose where it doesn't belong, and since
I already like him.
He wanted to be a part of the show, I told him I really didn't have room for him, so he went above my head and talked to the owner, Terry Pantera, and I got a phone call and says, "Well, if you don't have room to make a match, let him do a talk segment." So here we are. He's been granted his time. He's going to be interviewing a very good up and comer with $1 million body. That's TJ Slater, and we'll see what happens.
You're right about the $1 million.
And Nathan, doesn't that sound like somebody else we know just butting his way into other people's businesses and promotions without even asking?
Yes,
I
I'm
would
pretty sure Big Dodge and this guy might be related somehow. They just didn't know it yet.
He does look like Boom.
But do you have a question there, Nathan?
That was my question.
Oh, that was your question. Okay.
So
Dodge, go ahead.
Okay, so this 4-way elimination contenders match, is that for the heavyweight title?
No, that is the heavyweight title. Actually, is held by Sam Stackhouse, who's out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yep.
He's been defending primarily in Oklahoma. I believe they're actually doing an event this weekend at PopCon in Oklahoma City.
Nice.
The 4 individuals, actually, 2 of which, Gabriel Alexander and Emilio Guzman, won their matches the last event in May, advancing themselves into this. It was going to originally be a 3-way.
Okay.
And that was going to be for whoever wins between Sledge and Wildcard. That's their next opponent. Damo and Justin Taylor went to a time limit draw. Therefore, both of them ended up advancing. So now we have a 4-way elimination, and it's going to be a banger.
It looks like it will be. Man. Jeez. I'm still wrapped up on this Sledge. Wow.
You're just
big
jealous
money
he's not big
talent.
money. You're just jealous he's not big money talent yet.
Oh, he's beyond. I'm sorry. That guy I respect in the business more than anything. But he's a humble guy in person, just saying.
Yeah, very good guy.
Yep. Go ahead, Tony.
So let's see here. What other match on the card have we talked about? Tell us a little bit about the guerrilla. Is it the militia or the mob? Yeah.
It's the Guerrilla Militia.
Militia.
Love that name.
I've been in talks with Big Said, and he asked if they could come down. It's been several months in the making, and I got them an opportunity. They're gonna come in, and they can have a match, and we'll see where everything goes. These guys do a lot of work all over Texas, and actually, I believe they just took out Ace Austin from the Bullet Club.
Ooh,
Oh,
impressive.
now I'm looking at one match that kind of gets me intrigued because it looks like Scar has a manager there with Cromwell Davenport
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
against Mac the franchise. Tell me how this came upon, and Scar's a heel, I'd hope, right?
Yes, Scar is very much a heel. Scar has been wreaking havoc on BCW for quite some time now, and he has a bear hug that nobody has broken yet. And he's been having bear hug challenges and basically squeezing the life out of his opponents. He ended up having a match with Chris Wolf at our last event, and would not let go of the bear hug even after the bell had rang. So Mac the franchise ran out, made the save, and since both of them didn't have anything to do, might as well put them together.
Oh.
Makes sense. And I have to say, I love the fact that it's the bear hug that he uses. I think there's certain moves
That
in wrestling
makes-
that people get forgotten. So the fact that he's like bringing back the bear hug is like, a finisher is really awesome to me.
Well, the thing with Scar is that bear hug is not the only thing that he can use. He has an iron claw that he has put people out with also, and he can actually take an apple and squeeze it and crush it.
Damn.
Whoa.
I want to be in touch with this Scar guy.
I
He's
can,
already got
I
it-
can
he's
see
already
the
got it
dollar
in
signs
mind
popping
for that.
up in Big Money's face.
Hello. I'm like, maybe we can, big money exchange, make our way to Texas and talk to the Scar and Cromwell. They look friendly.
That whole plane ticket idea isn't sounding half bad now, is it?
Oh, yeah, right here. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, yeah, but if we remember, the last time Dodge went anywhere on a plane, he got knocked out. So,
That's true.
Thanks for reminding me.
anyways,
So-
Nathan, you have a question?
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about your women's division?
Oklahoma proper actually has a little bit more of a women's division than I do. I have had women's matches in the past, but we're currently scouting for new women's talent.
Well, I got one. If you're
Okay.
interested, her name is Scarlett Rose. Amazing talent in Southern California. Wants to get out there. I wouldn't say up and coming. She's been around for a while. And there is an up and comer that has already been on AEW Dark, Brittany Brooks.
Okay.
Look those two up. Tell them Big Money Dodge sent you, and you won't regret those two that I know. And I'll be nice to Tony up there. A woman named Panda. She is really good. She's in Colorado, right?
Colorado
Colorado
Springs
Springs.
current CSW champion.
Fluke victory,
Okay.
but whatever. It's okay.
Okay.
And we do know a
And-
few more too. So
Yeah.
Since I might as well throw one out there since they're doing it, and she has this person has wrestled in Texas, and that was her name's SOS.
Oh.
I know SOS. She is currently the champion in Borger, Texas.
yep.
And I've talked to her and I've reached out to her, and she was booked in Borger this week, so
Got ya.
wasn't going to end up happening. But Squared Circle Pro, which is a neighboring promotion, actually uses her.
Great talent. Great talent.
She is a great talent. She really is. Yeah, a few more we could throw out is like Kay Daver. Really awesome.
Zyra, she's in
There you go.
Southern California. She trains in Inoki Dojo in LA. Very, very good. Alex Gracias, she's really good. Lois Grain in San Diego. I mean, if you need talent, I can throw out, your information to them, and
Absolutely.
We can see what happens.
there it is.
Okay. Big money. Go ahead.
Oh, you should have. The Devil, Bill Donovan, scouting report. Do tell me about this Donovan guy.
Well, the Country Devil Bill Donovan has been around since the early 2000s, and did prominently work for some people in Tennessee that their last name was Jarrett, and
Oh.
so he's looking for a I wouldn't say a stable, but at least a couple of different individuals to put underneath him to put some hustle behind the muscle, so to speak.
My mind's going now. Why is this? Why is this? Go ahead, guys. Ask your
Go
All
ahead,
right,
Nathan.
Tony, you're up.
Go ahead.
So, as a promoter, is it hard for you to watch like wrestling on TV without picking it apart?
If the goal is to go through and analyze and pick things apart, yes, I can do that. Or I can actually sit down as a fan and actually enjoy the product as well. I can actually pull myself out of promoter mode and suspend my disbelief long enough to actually enjoy myself.
That's a very good answer.
Yes, sir. My question, since you are a promoter, obviously a big name promoter, if you got Sledge, I'm just saying. If you could book a WrestleMania event, match by match, who would you have in from beginning to the main, and what type of match?
That is an essay question, sir. First off, there's limitations on that. I would want to know. I mean, am I strictly using WWE talent? Am I
Anybody?
Any generation, anybody.
Anybody? Okay.
Past, present, or future.
Well, I would have to say the biggest money draw that I could possibly do would be I'd say Hulk Hogan in his prime against Roman Reigns. Now,
Whew. I'm already smelling those tickets.
but that would be what I would do for a main event.
That's big money.
Big money main event.
Big time.
But for everything else on the card would be building towards that. So
Okay.
I mean, you would definitely have some more marquee matches, maybe. I don't even know. There's that's too broad of a spectrum right there.
It really is, yeah.
But to be fair, I think even off of your main event, people would buy tickets if it was just that one match alone to a WrestleMania based off that main event.
That would be
sure.
huge.
Okay. Sorry, I was talking to some other people, booking other. Multitasking. Besides who's on your card, tell us a little bit more about some of the feuds and rivalries in your promotion, besides the ones you've currently got going.
Well, I do have a lot on the card right now. We're progressing month to month as we're going. We're starting to get there's starting to be a little bit of a tension between TJ Slater and Wildcard. They ended up going against one another at a neighboring promotion, and TJ got the W on Wildcard. So he's been running his mouth about that, and who knows? That could be something that could be something that Wildcard looks at next.
That would be a great match.
Yes, it would.
But I mean, we have a lot of talent that is working with the Oklahoma brand of BCW right now that is going to be making their way down to Texas soon.
Nice.
Hopefully, Sam Stackhouse will be involved in that as well.
So, tell me about BCW. How long has it been around again, and how did it all come up on?
It started in 1999. And it originally started in West Texas. And when Terry Pantera moved to Poto, Oklahoma, he took everything with him and started working everything out over there, and just been getting bigger and bigger ever since. Right now we're in the Guthrie, Oklahoma area, which is about 40 miles from Oklahoma City, and we're in West Texas.
Wow. And growing.
Yes. We're actually working on going to Arkansas and branching out into other areas as well.
Very cool. So, who were some of your wrestling heroes growing up that made you go, man, I really want to do this someday?
Iceman King Parsons.
Wow.
Great wrestler.
That guy has so much. That was the first airport test guy that I actually saw, and he was larger than life, and that was the guy that went ahead and started motivating me, and then later on I started watching Mick Foley back when he was Cactus Jack in the or Cactus Jack Manson, actually.
Yep.
So he was one whenever I was wrestling, he was one that I kind of worked some of my character off of. Him and George the Animal Steel.
Nice.
Two great ones.
Actually, on a podcast that I did prior to this one, I actually got to interview George the Animal Steel.
Oh, wow.
That was definitely a different interview because he didn't talk on WWF or when he was wrestling. So to hear him like carry on like an hour conversation kind of blew my mind for a minute.
Yeah, it's definitely something. There's actually outtakes where he actually is doing a full promo, and Vince actually told him, "No, we want you to be an animal, so therefore we can't have you talking." So he ended up doing his little stick at that point, and he goes, "Yes, that's the way we want it. Do that going forward."
Which, I mean, it worked, but what people don't know was he was a certified genius. Like, I mean, that guy's vocabulary was like through the roof.
Mm-hmm. And he was a teacher.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Tony.
Oh,
Caught you.
sorry, booking. You know, somebody's got to run this podcast, right?
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead and ask your next question then.
Who is the biggest star BCW has ever had?
The biggest star BCW has ever had.
Yes, sir.
We have had Austin Theory.
Ooh. Wow.
We have had let's see what kind of man, his name escapes me. He's a MLW heavyweight champion.
Hammerstone.
Hammerstone.
Alexander Hammerstone.
Great guy.
We've had we've had all kinds of people. We actually we've had quite a few huge talents. I believe we've actually had one show where we had Keith Lee on before he made it. Wow. Huge.
Whoa.
Wow. Now that's big money right there.
Yeah.
Jeez. Can't believe how the kind of moves that man could do is as big as he is.
Well,
Man.
somebody gets a load of Sam Stackhouse, and they're gonna try to snag him up too.
Oh,
Stackhouse has already done stuff with GCW.
Oh, that's big.
Oh yeah, it is.
I think I've seen videos on him, Stackhouse, and now that
Yeah,
he did the Hammerstein Ballroom
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He was the one. He was the one that went to squash Hornswoggle.
Okay,
Yep.
now
Yep.
I recall that. I remember. Is it my
We
turn?
also
Oh,
Mr. Nathan?
Well, he wasn't done yet.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
we also have a man that's done a lot of Mexico. Is Super Beast, Chris Crody.
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
I've heard of him.
Ooh.
Yeah, Super Beast. Yeah.
In fact, he was the BCW champion, heavyweight champion for a little over 2 years.
Wow.
Dang.
That's good
We-
talents right there. I'm jealous. I've only been in the ring with Brian Kendrick.
Spanky.
Yep.
Spanky.
Somebody else knows.
Good old Spanky. Yep. Yep.
I actually broke in the business about the same time as Kendrick and Danielson.
Oh,
Ooh.
Wow.
good timing.
Wow.
Great talent back then.
Yep.
Go ahead, Nate.
So what's the best gimmick match that BCW's ever done, and who was in it?
Well, gimmick matches are kind of few and far between because we do a lot of building to stuff. We don't just throw something on to have something.
Right.
So we've had a lot of different stuff, and but one of the things we did was it was called a impulsive tag team tournament, where at the end of it there was at the championship match was 2 falls.
Okay.
Whoever got the pin in the first fall, they were one of the tag team champions, and they got to step aside, and the person that was was defeated, they got to go to the back. Then it became a singles match. Whoever won that was the other half of the tag team champions.
I like that.
That's very innovative.
It really is. Smart. Good old Tony.
Sorry, working on some breaking news. Sorry. Anyways, next person.
Why don't
Oh,
you fix
you-
it instead of trying to break it?
Touche.
Well,
That was good.
if I can book the guest before the podcast, I'll actually announce it. But
There you go.
it's somebody that was brought up in this podcast tonight. That's all you're getting.
Okay.
Wow. So
Wow.
there'll be an announcement with that announcement for the announcement.
I think he's getting too used to the Tony Khan name.
Was somebody just asked a question already before I make the announcement?
What is the
Thanks, guys.
scariest injury you've had during a show of yours?
Knock on wood, we haven't really had any serious injuries. That's one of the things that that's one of the advantages of not having, insanity constantly.
Good answer.
It's a fair point.
Nate?
What was the craziest crowd that you guys have ever had at BCW?
Well, Guthrie, Oklahoma has a really old school feel to it, kind of like the Sportatorium. And we ended up having almost 750 in attendance in a show that we did in 2017.
Nice. Go ahead, Money.
Have you ever brought Southern California talent to your show? If so, who besides Sledge?
Well, Super Beast was a SoCal guy.
Yeah, that's true.
So pretty much, other than those two, we do. I mean, we're open to anybody coming in. The only thing is, we gotta make the money talk.
I have an idea.
I'm sure you do. Can you give us your top 5 male wrestlers of all time?
Top 5 male wrestlers of all time. Ric Flair, Bret Hart, Ricky Steamboat, Bobby Eaton, Randy Savage.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's a good
I
lineup
like
right
that
there.
list. And Dodge say it because that's the first time Bobby Eaton's made a
That
list.
is a first.
Although that is a little surprising that that's the first time.
Yeah.
Well, he was by far, we talk about work rate all the time now, but by far, Bobby was one of the best work rate guys out there.
Yep.
And they talk about being versatile. I don't think he gets the credit for being as versatile as he was as far as that many characters that he played.
Yeah, absolutely.
True. Go ahead, Tony.
Okay, well, since you did your top 5 males, let's do your top 5 tag teams of all time.
Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express,
Ooh.
the Hart Foundation,
Ooh.
the Steiners, and the Road Warriors.
Ooh. That's a good list, too.
Wow.
It's a good list, and I wouldn't mind seeing it as a Fatal 5-Way if it was in a dream world, because that's how that would have to happen. But
Okay, since we're doing top 5 female wrestlers.
Let's see.
I got him.
I was always big on Luna Vachon.
Luna, yeah.
Let's see, Luna. I'll go ahead and throw some modern ones in there. Athena, she's great.
yep.
Mickey James. All I can think of is modern ones right now.
Hey, modern ones work.
Any of them.
Taya, I'm a fan of Taya Valkyrie. And let's go ahead and say Lita.
There you go.
There you go.
Good lineup.
Hey, Nathan, here's a question for you. The top one the top one promoter that Dodge's money can't buy. I think it's Caldwell. What do you think?
Yep.
These guys. See what
Hey,
I
the
deal
truth
with
is
on
the
a daily
truth.
basis?
Anyways, go ahead, Nate.
God.
So you said that the BCW focuses more on like the old school wrestling, which again I love. Does that reflect on your commentators as well? Because the old style of commentating is different than it is in the current day.
Well, we have I have a duo that is up north. I don't know exactly where, but they actually have a podcast called the Working Fans Podcast, and those two do a really good job going through and talking about things. I wouldn't necessarily call them old school, but they do know their history.
Nice.
Got it.
Dodge.
You always skip yourself because you own this, supposedly. So, my question, sir, would you be interested, and you can look up videos, maybe throwing big money exchange?
And here comes that question that I knew was going to come up.
You're welcome.
Well,
Hello.
like I said, we would have to make sure that that things went according to plan, and
Of course.
we would have to sit down and do some business. I'm not opposed to anybody coming in. Like I said, I just got to make things
Make
things
sense.
legitimate and make sense. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. I agree.
I am very heavy on managers at this moment in time. I will be completely honest, but that's not necessarily a no.
I respect that.
So Dodge and I's favorite snack is peanut butter. His is because of the money. Mine's just because I like peanut butter. What's your favorite snack or cookie and why?
I'm not really a big sweets guy. I am a big carb guy, but I'm not really a big sweets guy. There's a place out here called Texas Roadhouse that has the best rolls.
Ooh.
That I would say that would be my go-to.
Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna go back to top 5, but I'm gonna do indie wrestlers. It could be your roster. It could be anyone you heard or seen videos of. Your top 5 male indie wrestlers.
Top 5 male indie wrestlers. That's meaning they're not contracted to anybody.
Yep, just indie.
Sledge.
Yep.
Funny Bone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The Living Proof, Justin Taylor. Jake Logan. And Kurt Gannon.
Wow. Those are good wrestlers for sure.
Yeah, Funny Bone's pretty big down where we live, down in Washington. So
Funny Bone's making his way around everywhere. In fact,
that's true.
I'll go ahead and let a cat out of the bag. I've got Funny Bone for September 9th.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Very nice.
Tony, your turn.
Okay, well, I guess I won't do a question, but I guess I know I had the three of you wondering, so hopefully here very soon we will have the one and only Mr. Bill Donovan on the show. Hopefully.
Okay.
Nice.
So that is my announcement and my question, and Dodge, you're welcome.
So let me guess, it goes back to me.
Yep.
No, I can go to Nathan.
Go ahead, Nate.
If you could book or could promote for any of like the four major promotions, be it WWE, AEW, Impact, or New Japan, which one would it be and why?
I don't know. AEW really has a really good roster, and it's very deep. And I think there's nothing there. I mean, booking is, there's not necessarily a wrong way to book things. There's
Right.
just, there's different flavors of ice cream for different people. So I think if I ended up having the book with AEW, I could work on getting some stuff, and I could possibly get them at least to the 1.5 mark, if not more. Because one of the things that they do is they do a lot of matches just to have matches.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they don't necessarily have a lot of rhyme or reason with it. And I think that right there could be one of the reasons why that we're kind of sticking to the 790,000 to 1 million.
Agreed.
It's a very good point.
Well, before we get into our last questions, I'm going to ask a question to help out Mr. Dodge here. You see, I don't know if he's told you this yet or not, but as he's a wrestling manager, he also wants to live his life and have his own promotion. So, as a promoter to a hopefully future promoter, what advice do you have for Mr. Dodge to start his promotion?
Be kind to your sponsors. Do whatever you can to help them out. And don't rely on what the door is. Always have your money in hand before the first bell rings.
Makes sense.
Very.
Perfect sense.
Yep.
All right, boys. Final question.
Okay. Nate, would you like to go or you want me to?
No, I'll go.
Go
So-
ahead.
What are your future goals for BCW?
Well, right now, I'm working in Levelland, Texas, trying to grow that area. I have the building that I'm in has a 300 seat venue.
Wow.
My short-term goal is to keep working on getting that together and starting to have to turn people away. There's another building that is down the road that I can fit almost 1,000 in.
Wow.
That would be step 2.
Got. All right, go ahead, Dodge.
All right. Where can we find you on social media? Obviously, we know your next show. When's your next show? And yeah, where can we find you?
You can find me at BCW Pro Wrestling on Facebook. You can find me at BCW Texas on Twitter. And you can find me at it's Buzzsaw Championship Wrestling on TikTok. We're
A
trying to get
family
that.
app. Sorry. It's a buddy of mine. Sorry. I had to say it.
Our next event is in Levelland, Texas at the TMW Event Center, July 1st. BCW brings you Hot Blooded, which the main event will be the Metalhead Maniac Sledge versus the BCW Texas Champion Wildcard.
Ooh.
Wow.
Very nice.
Tickets are available online. Go to Square, or actually, you would have to find the link on our socials. But you can give me a call, 432-425-8540 for any information, and you can get your tickets that way.
Very nice. Okay, speaking of being nice to our sponsors, as much as I've dogged him tonight, we love Big Money Dodge. With that being said, Big Money Compound is going to be posting online training starting in the month of July. $25 a session, $150 a month. Help him with his dream of becoming a promoter, booker, owner. This man has a wrestling mind. This man's going to try not to run one, but two promotions out of that compound. Two promotions. So please, please, please help this man's dream become a reality. Again, Big Money Compound, Pullman, Washington. Find it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I believe.
TikTok.
TikTok. Big Money Compound, Big Money Dodge. You can even find him under Steve Dodge at the Big Money Compound.
That's right.
Again, support this man. Much love. As much as we pick on him, much love for him. Support him. Support him. Support him. His first live trainer. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have the contract in hand yet. I can't reveal that information. Yes,
I can though.
You can.
Our very first trainer is over 20 years experience, has fought Rey Mysterio Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, so Cal Crazy.
Okay.
And now for the final two sponsors, Mr. Nathan Noss, if you may, and if you can do it as short-winded as possible so you're not so long-winded, it would be great.
Well, that's
Our
nice of
first
you.
one is the CARE program, which stands for Community Action Reaching Everybody. And to find the person in charge, can be Becky. You can look up Becky Bernhardt on Facebook. And then the last one is Bruce Nichols Painting for all your painting, pressure washing, and lead removal needs. And you can find him on Angie.
All right. Again, we'd like to thank you for joining us this evening.
Pleasure meeting you, sir.
Yes,
Well,
thank you very much.
Pleasure's all mine.
Best of luck with your show on the 1st, and you're welcome to come back at any time.
Awesome.
Bring
I
Sledge.
appreciate that.
Bring Sledge.
Yeah, Sledge has a I wouldn't say it's a phobia of podcasts, but he just doesn't care. He just doesn't care to be on them very much. If you can catch
Gotcha.
Sledge on a podcast, you're very
Lucky.
Yeah. So, again, it was an honor, a privilege. I know Dodge learned a lot. I learned a lot. Nathan, he's a wrestling encyclopedia, so I don't know how much he learned from this. But
No, I still learned a lot.
so, and we'll be coming back again tonight for another interview. That's right. We are known to be one of the hardest working podcasts in a while. I mean, we only took 2 days off this month, so hey, what can we say? So,
Very nice.
So
all right. So again, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. Okay, so I'm not sure if he's gone or not, but I am going to go
No,
on.
he's still here.
Oh,
Still here. And you guys are still live.
yes, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just go offline.